And we've created a really lovely group of people that are coming on a regular basis to really dive deep into the concepts of what is lasting peace, and to continue to practice and cultivating a deeper level of resilience and fierce compassion to be able to move through the world really with a spontaneous sense of compassion, to connect and engage with it, with a, kind of like a commitment in a way, and developing the skills to connect with those we don't know, and training ourselves to be resilient enough and skillful enough and courageous enough to actually talk to people that we have different opinions with, and that may challenge us. And that, in a sense, there may be many solutions to some of our world problems, but this is one that we're cultivating and that we're exploring, a solution to the current energies on the planet, which seem to be heating up literally in terms of temperature on this planet, due to a stronger sense of polarity, of taking sides. And that what we're doing is we're experimenting to see if this could be a solution to how can we support ourselves and those close to us and engage with as many people in an awakening of trying something different. Of letting go a lot of old conditioning and a lot of old beliefs and viewpoints and patterns, and really giving us a chance to really explore what a new vision that I think is current on the planet. The media doesn't cover it because it's not very profitable for the media to cover it, but it's there. And how do we continue to ally and do things like this as a way of cultivating that? And that's what this is really understanding what is lasting peace and what is our role in cultivating that within ourselves, and practicing it and embodying it throughout the world. I want to talk a little bit, we always start with I give a little bit of a talk to set a motivation and a context. We do our practice and then we check in afterwards and others can share, and then we close with a dedication. And I do want to bring up something, and it's something I've been thinking of actually for the last almost week now, because here in the United States, we just had the 4th of July. So for those of you who are not American, if you don't mind, I'm going to get a little America-centric here, and not political, but just a little bit of history, and hopefully can tie it into what I've already said so far. I've been thinking a lot about, we just had the 4th of July, which has unfortunately turned into a celebration of the military or of battles and wars. And we have plenty of holidays and to celebrate our veterans and our soldiers. And if those of you who know me know that if there's anything we can do to support veterans, we should be doing it. And if we're talking about cultivating resilience and a deeper level of honoring our values and the value of service, certainly combat soldiers embody that, the sense of honor and respect and selfless sacrifice for all. When you go to battle, you can't decide that you just are going to battle for a certain kind of people. You're going to battle for all people, and we should be honoring that. So that we have plenty of opportunities to celebrate our soldiers and our veterans. But I just took a moment for me to remember, if I remember my American history, that what we're celebrating on the July 4th is 56 men who committed to a vision and went, in a sense, and signed their names to a document which meant their beheading if they were to be caught. That they took a real stance of life and death to commit not to anything more than a vision. And it was a vision that was revolutionary on the planet at that time. At that time, in the 18th century, if I know my history well enough, the world, certainly in the Western world, we'll keep it there, was dominated by this idea of monarchy and the church. And basically what it meant was that the individual was at the whim of the monarch. If the monarch said that this person dies, that person dies. And at the whim of those in power, and didn't have their own sovereignty and their own autonomy. And that's what this vision was that every human being, they said men, it's taken a while to evolve, but they said that every human being can have autonomy over their own choices, and that all people are equal. It was a new concept. And that's the vision that they committed to. And I thought that that's what we were celebrating when we were celebrating the 4th of July. And I bring that up because, in a sense, they manifested, or they gave birth to that vision on this planet. And unfortunately, of course, because history, human evolution takes a long time, it didn't manifest. And you could say that on some level that they birthed a vision, and it hasn't taken until the 1960s and 70s for that to begin to actualize. That human evolution is a slow process, and that's neither good nor bad. It simply is. And that since the 1960s and 70s, we have been in an accelerated evolution of people understanding that they can have connection to themselves, they can have connection to nature, they can have connection to spirit or God, however they see it, and they have the right to make their own choices. And there are still parts of the world that aren't, where that's not manifesting, and there are still parts of the world where governments say you can do that, but people aren't being given the space to do that. And for me, that is a context of what this meditation is who is holding space for this vision to step into its next evolution. I feel like we're on the brink of that. And you could say the brink has been 10 or 20 years, but the more tension there is, the more polarity there is, the more the planet is heating up, literally, you could say that this is the time is right for a sense of this vision of that people can make their own choices, that people can live in harmony with each other, that people can actually manifest a concept of lasting peace, that it is possible. And that in a sense, that's what we're holding, and that's what every week we cultivate this vision. And what is our role in that, in fostering that? I've used this concept of midwives. You have midwives who help birth babies. And you also have a concept of midwives for the dying, people who help people transition into out of this world. There are midwives who transition you into the world and out of the world. And that's a special kind of person that has a special kind of talent. And in a sense, I think that I like to see myself that that's my role on the planet, is to be a midwife for a system that is dying, that is no longer serving us, and that it's not in any individual or any type of person. It's simply a system that's no longer functioning and working. And we're seeing it turn on itself. And in some levels, you could say creating strife. And what can we do to be midwives for the dying process of that process? With love, with compassion, with resilience, with skill, resourcefulness, and courage. And what are we doing to hold this vision of what can be birthed and what is being birthed? And so I'd like to offer that as we do this meditation of this idea of this concept of lasting peace, that we're midwives supporting this process of continuing to take root on this planet. And I guess you didn't expect that the conversation would go that way this time, but I want to hold that what would that look like for you within yourself, to really hold that idea of what is the possibility of lasting peace, and to then be able to hold that as you walk in the world and actually be part of the manifesting of that. So with that, I invite you, as always, in this meditation. This is based on the core exercise in the methodology that I developed called respectful confrontation. This is the core of the practice of cultivating a deeper level of presence, of centeredness, grounding, awareness, and understanding what it means to cultivate and tap into your own sense of personal power. So in this meditation, I invite you to sit in a way where you can sit as still as possible without being rigid or tight, where you can Try to bring your spine into alignment as straight as possible without being rigid in that. And invite you to take a deep breath, close your eyes if that feels safe for you. Notice the parts of your body that are connecting with whatever you're sitting on, the chair, the cushion, the floor. And using that as your contact points, from those points, allowing yourself to be held, letting gravity bring you closer to the ground. Bringing your awareness to what I would call your center, your core. The way you can investigate that's in your lower belly, and it's approximately the width of 3 fingers below your navel, a third of the way into the body. So one way to investigate that is if you put your fingers together, place your index finger over your navel, where your pinky resides. That's approximately the width of 3 fingers below your navel. And bring your awareness inside of your body about a third of the way. Remembering with any meditation or any practice you're doing in this kind of meditation that there's no right way to do this, there's no wrong way to do this. It's about finding your way in this present moment. Bringing all of your attention to that spot in your center. Center of gravity, creativity, impulse, where your personal power resides. And your center of awareness, how you perceive your reality. From your center, become aware of your physical body. No need to do anything or change anything, simply notice. All you're doing is cultivating a deeper level of listening as a way to connect into and engage with this present moment. From your center, become aware of your emotions. Noticing, listening. What emotions are you feeling, are you most present to at this moment? Without judgment. As we cultivate a deeper level of balance and flow, these key words of a way to move through the world within yourself and with your surroundings and others. You're noticing emotions, allow them to flow. If energy wants to move through you, let it move through you. From your center, become aware of your thoughts. Not necessarily attaching to what the thoughts are, simply observing what's the quality of the thoughts. Maintaining connection with your center, your lower belly, your core as a foundation of this meditation. And now as well, bringing awareness to your heart or the middle of your chest, where your heart power resides. Compassion, understanding, respect, dignity. courage. From your center and from your heart, asking yourself the question, how connected do I feel at this moment to something larger than myself? For you, that might be something spiritual. It might be humanity. It might be your highest values. Taking the time now from your personal power and your heart, checking in with how connected you feel at this moment to something larger than yourself. Allowing that to flow through you, emotions to flow. Now with more of an awareness of yourself in this present moment, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. From your center and from your heart, take a full breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. With more awareness of yourself in this present moment, from your center and from your heart, open your awareness to your surroundings. Using this time to connect with what's behind you, above you, sounds, smells, cultivating a deeper connection and relationship with your surroundings from your center and from your heart. With more of an awareness of yourself and your surroundings in this present moment. From your center and from your heart, taking a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Maintaining your connection with yourself and your surroundings as we expand our awareness. Now, from your center and from your heart, becoming aware of those in this meditation circle. Those you know, those who are new to you. As mentioned earlier, group of people connecting through the internet, but sitting at this moment on the earth in various parts of the United States, including the Hawaiian Islands, in the Netherlands. Staying connected to yourself and your surroundings as you, from your center and heart, become aware of and cultivate a deeper connection with those in this meditation circle. Observing how you might be impacting those in this meditation circle and how you might be impacted at this moment by others. Now with more of an awareness of yourself, your surroundings, and those in this meditation circle, from your center, deep in your heart, take a full breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Cultivating this deeper sense of connection with all human beings on this planet. Maintaining your connection with yourself, your surroundings, maintaining your personal and heart connection with those in this meditation circle. From your center and from your heart, aware of those human beings that you would label loved ones. How does it feel at this moment to connect with them from your heart? How might you be influencing them at this moment? And how might they be influencing you? From your center and from your heart, opening up your awareness to those that you would call or label strangers. Considering the number of them, most likely in the billions. Imagine actually holding that vision that it is possible from your center and from your heart where you are at this moment to open an awareness and connection with all of those billions of strangers on this planet. How might that be impacting you at this moment? How might they be impacting you, and how might you be impacting them? Can you recall someone that you may have passed on the street in your meditation? Or an image you've seen on TV, or the news, or the newspaper? And from your center and from your heart, becoming aware of those that you would label adversaries. Just noticing from your heart what images come up for you. And always asking, how open is my heart at this moment, in this phase of the meditation, or in any phase of the meditation? Now with more of an awareness of yourself, your surroundings, those in this meditation circle, and your awareness and connection with all human beings, regardless of how you label them as loved one, stranger, or adversary. From your center and from your heart, taking a full breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Allowing energy to flow through you and emotions to flow through you. And getting a sense and doing an inventory of how this meditation has influenced you. With now more of an expanded awareness in your heart and your sense of awareness, maintaining that sense of awareness and expansion and connection with all human beings as we now bring our focus from all human beings back to a more focused connection with those that you would in this meditation circle. Bringing the human family with you. Noticing if your connection now with this meditation circle has shifted. Now narrowing your focus again with an awareness of your surroundings from your center and from your heart as you bring the human family and the meditation circle with you. And finally, bringing all that back into your connection and awareness of yourself. From your center and from your heart, connecting with yourself. And again, just noticing, doing an inventory of how you are right now. And as a way to close this practice, let's take one final breath. One final breath, deep into your heart, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Shake your body, stretch your body.